Welcome
Welcome
to Shade
to
in the
Shade
City.
in the
Oh, it's
City.
11:11. Shut up. But yeah, welcome to Shade in the City. I am your girl Treese.
It's Nels.
And today we are jumping into our review of The Love That's After the Lockup. Okay, it's season 5. I believe it's episode
For some
six.
of them, the
Oh,
love
for
is
some
after
of them.
long.
And it's Unhappy Father's Day. So yeah, Shade Squad, if you have not already, and thank you for joining us, but if you have not already, please make sure that you hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's jump right into it. And y'all, let's get shady. Melissa and Louie. Melissa is, as we know, they were doing the dance class. She's jealous of the instructor, and basically, she said her night is ruined. They flash back to Louie being really into yoga, which maybe you have more context into this since you were watching it then.
Yeah, he had a whole yoga instructor while he was locked up, and she went and
okay.
visited her.
And so she was so insecure that she went and signed up for the class so she could meet this lady to see what she was about. And then tells her that she sees
She made
why.
the poor lady feel so uncomfortable.
Right. And it was like, oh, I see why he's so into yoga. And I was like, I would have pressed charges. So she lets Louie know that she's upset with him. She calls the instructor a thirsty bee. And then Louie says that he believes the instructor could get any man that she wants. So like,
let me just say this. Let me say this. I'm not going to negate the fact that she might be tripping just a little bit, right?
I'm not
What you're
gonna.
not about to
You
do.
do know I thought about you though during this.
Listen, but what you're not about to do is take up for this bitch. That's what you're not about to do. If I call her a thirsty bitch, guess what? That's what she is. Well, we're not about to. Well, no, I don't think that because she can just, sir. No. We're aboard this train. Okay, we're aboard this train. Let's not. I listen. That's now that would have messed up the night.
Among other
That
things.
would have.
So then he tried to
listen.
explain.
For me, it would have been her. It would have been it. To me, I didn't think he was like being like super friendly. I didn't
Oh
think
no,
he
it
was
would have
being.
been, but you would have expected him to be silent like she did.
No, I wouldn't expect him to be silent.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't
Because
expect him to be
I
silent.
definitely saw you in that moment.
No, but
But she was
for
like,
me, it
"Oh,
would have
just
been
be
her.
silent. You're too friendly. You're too nice."
I'm not gonna lie though. I wouldn't have been like disrespectful to her, but I'd have been like, here, let me cut in. Like, I got this. You know what I'm saying? How about you direct us from the sideline? Okay? Because you're a little too
So,
close. But no, I would have
so,
took it out on him.
oh, okay. So Louis basically explains that, it's his actions that matter, not those of another person. To Nels's point, and Louis doesn't believe he did anything wrong. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was like really here for him standing in his like I didn't do nothing.
I didn't think he did anything wrong either.
And so this makes Melissa even angrier.
Because she was like, yeah, it is what you do, and you was inviting it.
Right. And he's starting to realize that Melissa's crazy. So they get back to the hotel and she says she's going to bed and tells him to do whatever he wants. Now, she would have been mad if he really would have found something that he wanted to do that wasn't in the gym. But that's where he went, being, I guess, a good man to her. But I think you playing with fire, messing with a man who absolutely just got out of jail, and you gonna pick a fight and then tell him go do whatever he want to do. He could have found a lot of things to do, sweetheart, and you would have been upset. And it would have been more than just flirting with the dance instructor. I truly believe that. He might only have 5 teeth, but I can't deny the boy ain't bad on the eyes. Okay. So y'all, I wouldn't go that low. I'm just saying.
I have a thing about teeth.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't want Shade Squad to be like, God damn it, you ain't got no standards. But anyway. So Louis sleeps on the floor And you know, he gets up in the morning to go work out again because he just can't deal with Melissa's insecurities. She calls one of her friends, tells her that the little girl was dancing like a skank all over him, and Louis was entertaining it. And you know, she worries because he was such a player 15, 20 years ago when he was
Let me
in
tell you
high
something.
school.
After this girl validated her delusions and her feelings, she was on 10 after that.
Right.
She was on she was on
was.
like 8 before. After that, she was on 10. She's like, my homegirl said I was right. So that's what it is.
And that's probably the same homegirl that probably told you not to be with him in the first place. But yeah, take her advice. So she feels like she has a lot to think about before heading back home. Louis returns and she's packing to go home already. He's still unclear of what the hell he did. He asked her if he's not, as me and Nels talked about earlier, if he's not supposed to talk to any women. And she basically says she wants him to be silent. She tells him that she doesn't know if she can trust him when she goes back to Jersey. So that goes back to my point. Why are you with him? And then he brings up how it's strange because 9 months ago, when I was locked up and I couldn't go nowhere or do anything, you had all the trust in the world. And now that I'm outside,
and he had to trust her.
right. And I was like, Louis, what you not gonna do? He ain't stupid. I was like, well, you keep playing, let him get a new set of teeth and you should be worried. So Melissa tells him that she's taking him back home to Donna. Louis then gets a call from his friend Dirk. Apparently this is his homeboy.
I think that's his old boss.
Oh, was it? Oh, I thought that. Oh, well, he helped him open up his pizza shop. He worked there for like 5 years. And so he asked Melissa to drop him off since they ain't got no plans because Melissa talking about she needs space. So she's like, well, maybe Dirk can give you some insight on keeping your hands to yourself. What? Girl, it's the delusion.
With the dancer. Like, you know, like, so in the clip that you remember they showed the preview, I was like, I know he ain't put his hands on her. I was like, what? And then when they actually showed the scene, I was like, he was dancing with her. That's what he was supposed to do. I was confused.
So she said Dirk already told her that he's a ladies' man. Well, you knew that. She drops him off and tells him to find a way home. And then another thing about her, are you really that insecure? Yes, he only needs some teeth. But how many women do you think are out here waiting for a man that has just got out of prison?
They made a whole show about it.
They
they make money off of it. So clearly there's a lot. And plenty we don't know about. They got a whole show about it. So
I guess, and plenty, look, and plenty seasons. I'm sorry, who am I?
Yeah. Let's not go there. We are
my bad. Maybe
reviewing.
Look, maybe you should be concerned. I was saying it most.
We are literally reviewing a show based off of that. So
you know what? You're right. So you know what? I take that back. Maybe you have something to be worried about, Melissa.
And anyway, now he on TV, so he really might be popping. His DMs might be popping for real right now. Now she need to be worried.
Wait till he get that check and get the teeth fixed. So we see Louis is or was a skilled pizza maker. Even after 10 years, you know, being away from the shop. Dirk says the last image he has was him, a video of him robbing someone, and I guess that's what got him locked up.
I think it was on the news.
Oh, he remembers him falling asleep on the oven, and doing, you know, getting high in the bathroom. And he said that it really affected him seeing Louis get locked up, and they both get a little emotional thinking about the past. He offers Louis a job, which he happily accepts. And then he tells him about the situation with Melissa and how he's, you know, stressed out because of that. And it doesn't she know you should never stress out an addict? Like over, especially over petty bull.
She don't care. She stressed herself out. She ain't worried about his shit.
But I think he's handling it well, is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, he is.
If we see, like, in comparison to somebody else we're gonna talk about, I feel like she was putting a lot of unneeded stress on him that he didn't need. But anyway, Dirk advises him to make her a pizza as a peace offering, and he'll pay for his Uber back to the hotel. And my notes say Dirk's a real one. Shout out to them.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty dope. This is the couple actually I think Treese was referring to when she was talking about Anita's stress. This is Andy and
Brittany is
Andy
stressed
and
out, y'all.
Yeah. So Brittany's, packing up, moving into the other room. Andy said, he's a non-confrontational person. He's always been that way. But he doesn't really know, and he wants to understand what made her feel uncomfortable. And she told him that, he's just moving a little bit faster than she would like. She needs to, get used to herself outside the walls as well as him. And she said, we need to move slower. A lot slower. I said, you know what I can respect about Brittany?
What?
She's honest. She's honest about how she feels when she's feeling it.
I'll let you get into it because I was really appalled by her because all of this is just too much and too much. But she also has a lot of expectations.
Oh yeah, she just don't like him.
She just don't like him. Okay, thank you. Let's just say it. She does not like him.
But I think what it is for me is, even though in a lot of these shows you will notice that the woman doesn't like him once they get home, but they still gonna play pretend, they still gonna make nice.
Right. She's not even pretending well.
That's what I like. I like that she's like, yeah, I can't, I'm not feeling this. I can't do this. Like, I'm not about to even play pretend with you. I can't even. And like literally is getting aggravated when he's trying to push harder. She's like, no, I don't want it.
But he went and I guess rented this whole place for you. So it just kind of makes me look at her. What are you going to do? You thought you was just going to be a roommate? And like, what is your...
No, that's not what she initially thought. Remember, and while she was locked up, she thought she was going to be
with... And the thing about it is, I'm sure he's come to visit her before in person. So you knew what he looked like.
She's making it seem like
it's a Red and Joy situation, like they've never seen each other when they've definitely seen each other.
No. To me, she's making it seem like it's because of his characteristics, his financial situation. I think it also has a lot to do with his physical as well. But she's making it seem like, oh, he's not the person I thought he was. He's selfish, and well, you know what? Let me get into it. So, in the confessional,
his stomach touches his...
She had to know that before.
That's what I'm saying. She had to know his stomach touched.
You know what though? It depends on what type of visits you get too, though. It depends on what type of visits.
Oh, if they were behind the glass, maybe.
Some of them not even behind the glass. Some of them are on camera, where you can only see this. You can only see their face. So it depends on whether it was in person, behind a glass, behind a camera. So really, the visits we don't know what type of visits they were getting. So who knows?
Oh.
But so in the confessional, he said that he didn't get into this to have a roommate. So basically, some changes gonna need to come. That's what he said, but he said he's not conversational. So we'll see. Now
he said, "Is you?"
She just said she's not. She said not. It's a hell no for her. She just said basically she's not prepared for this relationship, and she's seeing a lot of selfishness in Andy that she didn't see before. So Brittany woke up in the morning and
that she can't see in herself.
Yeah, she just won't. Basically, she woke up in her own room. She's feeling like she really can't do this. And she said Andy is completely different and he needs more attention than her kids do. She said she really doesn't have anyone to call. She can't put this all on Gracie because she's going through her own stuff. And she really doesn't want to let her mama know because she doesn't want her to worry. And, she's really trying not to basically get super stressed because that's one of her triggers. So she decided to go outside and go for a walk. Then Andy noticed that she was missing and called her, found out she was outside and wanted to go join her. So she's like, well, there goes my peace walk. I ain't gonna lie, that aggravated me too.
I was laughing because I was like, nothing is worse when it's like, please leave me alone. And it's like, well, I think
I would have lied and I'd have been like, I'm far down the road.
He would have drove.
I don't even know where I'm at. Ain't no street signs near me.
Find you.
No, I'm no. You know what? Don't worry. Don't you worry about it. You know what? No, I'm not gonna lie. I probably would be like, you know what? I need some time to think by myself. That like she's been so honest with everything else. Like now that she's home, that I don't know what kind of aggravated me that she was like, yeah, sure.
Right.
But yeah, I'd be like, yeah, I need some time to
Well,
think. Like,
because what I guess the word would be, I don't know if it's just for the show. I don't know if he's like broaching things carefully, like, but he gives me that he's a little socially awkward. Like he doesn't know what to, and also a people pleaser. So he just wants to try to please her, but doesn't really
oh, that
know,
would have aggravated me too.
but doesn't
I
really
would
know what to, but that's the worst kind. Because he wants to make you happy, but he doesn't really know how or what to say.
yeah, then you
And
become
really, what
annoying.
would make her happy is to be left alone, but he can't do that because he just wants to be around her.
Girl, you better go stay in the shelter or something. I
Not the
would,
shelter.
yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do it. So Brittany, you know what, and so the way they lined this up, I felt like maybe she let him come outside because she was just ready to confront his ass with this stuff.
She
She
said,
was like,
I
you know
can't
what?
do it.
She was like, you know what? Let me just get this off my
I
chest.
ain't got it to do.
I'd have been like, you know what? I need some time alone. I need some space. She said, no, you know what? Come on outside. Come see me. So Brittany let him know that she doesn't think she can do this. And she really, um, and she's really not feeling dedicating all this time to him. Well, really, it should be going to her kids. So he basically tries to convince her that maybe they need to spend some alone time and rebuild their relationship, like how they had when she was locked up. She said, yeah, I'm really not here for that. She was like, that's the problem. I'm giving you all this time. Well, she's really not, but I'm giving you all this time
Hold
when
on.
really I should be dedicated to my kids.
Did you, and I don't know if you touched on it, maybe you did you touch on the fact that she got the nerve to be mad at him because he ain't gave her the rest of the money or bought her a car and it's only been like 2 days?
Let me tell you something.
I said, if there was, and not only you ain't got no patience.
Let me tell you something. I think from watching this show for so long, it didn't surprise me.
Oh, okay. I said the entitlement.
Yeah, it didn't surprise me. She was being impatient, but I don't even know if this girl got a license. I mean, like, I don't know. Listen.
She was only in
But
jail for 2 years. I'm sure she got it. She
but
made
you know
some.
what? You know what? But she was been a drug addict for how long? She wasn't worried about no license for God knows how long. Okay. Look, what you call, you know what got me though? She was like, yeah, he said that he had fraud on his account, but this ain't the first time that happened. I said, what? I told you, girl. I told you. He lied. He just ain't have it. He just ain't have it. All right. Take
He
your
ain't
little
got it.
$500. Take your little $500. She just really what it is she want what she can get before she leaves. She wants to take all she can and everything that he promised her so she can be out. But
I can see that. I heard somebody say that they think maybe she's looking for him to put her and her kids up in a place but like live separately. Which I was like, she's very entitled. I could see her working it. Because that's why I was like, what is the plan? If you can't do it
and
there,
he definitely ain't got it like that.
he been making some things happen. Y'all better stop doubting Andy. He might have another bank fraud situation and fall into some he may fall into.
And only give you $500.
Mm.
That ain't taking care of no place.
Well, he got paid his other debts to his wife, his other wife that he's still legally married
So now
to.
you really know he ain't got it.
Right.
But yeah, basically she's feeling like he's more of a trigger and says she's trying everything inside of her to, not open up her messenger, hit somebody up, have them come pick her up so she can go get high. Said, girl, you best to go to a shelter or something. You better do something. If you feeling like he a trigger.
I don't know if a shelter is smart.
If she ain't got nowhere to go.
Not when she's stressed out and she's an addict. She'll probably go get high.
Well, all I know is, well, I mean, She better go. I don't know. She better go get a program or something. I don't know. She better do
Yeah,
something.
no,
Okay,
I
she
think she would
grown.
be better off in
She
like getting in a rehab or something.
she she need to figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, she grown.
Um,
All I know is that she done spent all this time away from her kids numerous times. Now she back home, and this is what I'm talking. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I can't like really feel for her because like
oh,
you
I
already
don't feel
like what
for her. I'm just wondering what the plan is. I mean, you've watched the show longer than I have. So what are the probabilities that she's
no, they're new to me.
Oh no, I'm just saying you've watched this show longer than I have as far as like what's the probability that Brittany's probably gonna end up
Oh, there's a lot of people that end up back. There's a lot of
uh,
people that end up in jail. Yeah, a lot of
oh,
people.
it's not like success stories and people stay out.
There's some. There's some.
Oh,
There's a lot of people that end back up in jail. You know, they'll do the where are they now or whatever. Or sometimes it's even at the end of the show. At the end of the show, they're like, yeah, she got locked back up. They got locked back up.
oh,
That's just
okay. Well,
so yeah, she better get to a program. Like she, you know, especially with her, you so concerned about your kids, make sure you don't mess up. That's all I got to say.
that part. Now we are getting into Sheree and Anthony. Here's another one who is very into self. And I think this is going to start to get on Anthony's nerves. So Sheree and Anthony had a great evening. She asked about his probation rules. They're waking up the next morning. He has to be in house by 8 p.m. But he got an extension till 1 a.m. For the party because his mama called his probation officer on his behalf. Now, an alarm goes off because you know Sheree loves her nifty alarms and reminders. And you know, that's her notice that he has to go to his appointment with his probation officer. So he came back from his visit and we see that he has an ankle monitor on. He also said that whoever he had to visit with wasn't his normal probation officer. And so now he's worried if he can still or really go to this party. And I was like, well, if they said you could, why would it change now? But I guess I don't understand that because okay.
Because a lot of things need to be in writing.
Oh, okay. So Sheree is clearly bothered, and he tries to tell her basically, I'm the one going through it. And she's like, oh, I know. I'm not, you're the one that's on the curfew. You're the one that's on the ankle monitor. You're the one. I said, hey, that is not helpful. Was that supposed to make me feel better somehow? I was like, oh.
Maybe that's why he was so unbothered.
And then she
He
gets
was very unbothered.
he was look, she gets emotional because she's put so much into this welcome home party that he didn't even want.
Wait till
And
he find out who's coming, and he might feel like it was also because of who's coming. Why you put so
right,
much time and effort into it.
right. So he, like as Nels was saying, he looks annoyed and unbothered. And you know, basically she's making this all about her, and he tells her, let me know when you're done.
Did you see how fast her face straightened up? She was like, I'm
Right.
done. He's clearly used to this. She's clearly used to this. She was just like, because anybody else would have been like,
Who are you talking to?
like,
Right.
like, I'm going through this. Yeah, clearly he's used to the meltdowns, and she's used to him dealing with the
Shutting it down.
meltdown. Yeah, and she was like, I'm done. I was like, oh, okay.
So they get back to Sheree's place, and he goes to take a nap. His mom decides to come by. We all know she's very intrusive, and decides to wake him up from his nap. Now, maybe it's timing, maybe it's editing, but it literally looked like that man just laid down. And can I tell y'all something? That I understand it's been a while. He ain't seen his mama, but he home. I would have felt the way. I would have felt the way. Y'all, we often talk about how important naps are to us. I would have felt.
I felt bad for his mom.
Oh, you felt bad for the mom?
I did. And you could tell when she was walking out the room, she was like, all right, that ain't right, but it's okay. It's all right.
I'm tired.
She ain't seen him in years.
And I see you tomorrow.
I don't know. But you know what already, you know what it is? I think for me, I feel like he has a thing with his mom because remember she sent him to plate of food. She sent him to plate of food. He was like, I don't want no parts of that. We ain't seen him talk to his mama, no nothing. Then she comes to give him a hug, and he's like, "Come on, man, come on!" Like,
yeah.
And then said screw his nap. Got up to put her in her place.
Well,
So I
I
don't think it was
mean,
just about him being tired.
that's true, but I mean, mama does seem like a lot. So meanwhile,
So does the
Sheree is
girl.
detailing everything that happened with the PO. So she goes and excuses herself and gives Anthony and his mom a minute once he does get up from nap. Um, and he asked her how she feels about Sheree, and she's like, "Oh, she's cool. She like her, but you know, she has a mouth on her, and basically, when I gotta check her, I will." And he basically says, "Look, we need to set up some boundaries," and tells her she's not dictating anything in this relationship. And I said, "You better, boy, you better." His mother feels away because you know she's like, "I've been there for you, and you know, here come this girl, and you just push me to the side." And basically said, "And if I see something, I'm gonna say something, damn it." She's Crime Stoppers. Or is
This
that, I'm
really
sorry,
depends.
that's TSA. If you see something, you say something.
He's so stupid. So
It's
stupid.
Nelson's favorite couple.
No, this is actually Teresa's favorite couple. She's mad she didn't get them.
I just only because the read that she needs to that needs to happen.
So we're talking about Joy and Red. Everybody is loaded up in the car.
Esther and Destiny.
Look at you. That's how you know she really wanted to read, because she got their names.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they loaded up in the car to head to the hotel to go pick up Red. Now on the way there, Esther, okay, wants to know why Joy thinks that New Mexico would be a good place
I love this
for
conversation.
Red. Joy said, well, it's not very diverse. It doesn't really have many Black people around there, but she thinks it's a better choice because there's not hardly any crime, and he won't be getting into anything. Then his sister
And
spilled the
there's
beans
nothing for
about
him to do, and it'll be hard as hell for him to find a job.
she don't give a damn. She's been taking care of him for this long.
That's true.
Then his sister spilled the beans about him talking to other girls, and his mother said he used to have girls send me money and had me send it to you. Apparently, this is a shock to Joy. Okay, she said she didn't know anything about that. She said she's going to
Because she
confront him,
thought
but
that she
regardless,
could sleep with 3 different people and have a baby on him, and that he was not, he was going to remain faithful.
you know what? To me, I don't even see no problem with it, because if he sending the money to her, I mean,
Right.
at least, at least he know where the money
Sending the
came from. You
money
can't
to the
even say
one
who.
that cheated on him.
You can't. She can't even. She can't even say who her baby daddy is. Um. So basically, she says she is going to confront him, but regardless, she trusts her man, even though she probably looked dumb. I think y'all both out here looking dumb. Y'all equally look dumb. He might look worse, actually. So when they get to the hotel, they meet up with some more family, that apparently hasn't seen him in forever. She gets up to the room, and basically she kind of breaks down, talking about how she wants everything to go the way he said, and she just wants it to be true. She think about these other women, Cheryl.
Right.
What the hell you think he was doing when you was giving birth? Now, apparently, the next day, Joy was having a hard time sleeping the night before. She ended up waking up late. So, she's super anxious and nervous and worried about still these girls and them sending the money. Then Destiny comes knocking on the
Because
door.
she
She
wants
says,
to be
"Oh,"
the
she
only
like,
one
"Girl,
giving her money to this man.
you ain't got that much stuff to pawn in the world, child." So,
Clearly she do.
uh, huh?
I said, clearly she do.
What'd you say?
Clearly she do got
No,
some
she
money.
don't. She ended up pawning family heirlooms. She all out of stuff.
She'll find some more family heirlooms.
She couldn't even get airplane tickets. She couldn't even go visit because she ain't had them. She ain't
Oh,
got nothing to
yeah.
pawn.
That's true.
Shoot. Look, he should have been sitting. He should have had the girl send the money for her to come visit.
That part.
So yeah, Destiny comes knocking on the door and wants to know, what the hell is taking this girl so long, because they're running late, and they literally had a conversation about this when they got to the hotel the night before that. We got to be up, ready, out of here, ready to go. So Joy said she coming and she slammed the door on that girl's face.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I had in this particular scene, I had respect for Joy because you could have came to the door and said, "Boom, boom, boom, hey, but all that little extra whatever you was trying to give."
Well, one, I already don't like you. I already don't like you because you have a baby on my brother.
Joy's lucky that she.
No, I would have fought her.
Yeah,
I'd have fought Joy.
Joy was lucky.
I would have fought Joy because already I don't like you because you had a baby on my brother. Two, my mother that you like so much the day before literally had a conversation with everybody about being on time so we can get there. And now when I come to the door, because I guarantee if my mama did it, you wouldn't slam the door in her face. But that's the one that said it. So when I come to the door about it, you got an attitude with me and you slam the door in my face. Yeah, I'd have knocked right back on that door.
But see, hear me out. The only thing is, I can, at least to me, what I see on the outside looking in, this is one of those situations that if Joy didn't stick up for herself or doesn't, this over here is going to give her, she's going to give her hell anyway. But if she doesn't stick up for herself, she's going to give it.
I feel like you deserve the hell I'm giving you. And guess what? And I really think it's funny. Look, and really, I'm not getting your ass like I should because I'm going to sit back and laugh when my brother dogs your ass. Because I already know that's what the hell Destiny's thinking. She's like, that's all right. I ain't got to do shit. Because when my brother come home, he going to dog walk your ass. Ooh. Guarantee you. And I already know Destiny think it's funny. Why she gonna sit back and like, yeah, and you ain't gonna have nobody to run to because guess what? You talking crazy to me and you talking crazy now to my mama. So guess who you gonna have to turn to? Your sisters that told you better. So basically, then when she get downstairs, the mama gets in her ass also about running late. She's like, we talked about this, girl. So in the car, Destiny wants to know if she ever went to visit Red, and she's like, no, because of finances. Destiny was like, okay, but it wasn't no problem for you to send him gifts and money and clothes and stuff. She said, what I do with my money is none of your business. The mama said, oh, okay, well, let me intervene. And she said, well, I think that it would have been a good idea for you to visit him at least once in this 7 years before going to visit him now for the first time. She said, well, I'm here now, so let that be.
And that's what matters.
First of all, you're not going to tell me what
she the one driving?
First of all, in a truck that I sold you, that I didn't have to.
True.
On top of that, listen, first of all, you're not going to tell me what to focus on. You're going to tell me what to worry about.
I don't know. I was kind of, look, I don't agree with Joy often, if not ever. But I was here. Y'all ain't gonna bully me, okay?
Yeah, they get to the prison. I don't know why this girl felt the need to express herself in front of the whole family. Like they give two flying F's. Okay.
I guess she was trying to fill the silence, but you could tell they want her to shut up.
Yeah, they looking at her like, girl, we don't even know you and don't care what you have to say. But then they as a time
coming.
But then as a family, they got together, got emotional, and left her crazy out. Okay.
And they sitting up there with picket signs and billboards and all types of other stuff waiting for him to come out the jail. And balloons.
I can't wait to see how it go down when he come out. Because I already know what Destiny on. I'm telling you, I know what Destiny on. She's like, all right, I ain't even got to do nothing. Because watch, I'm going to sit back and laugh, eat my popcorn while my brother play your ass. And what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You got a baby.
If anything, I'm hoping for better for Sway because that is the real victim in all of this.
Yeah, that's what she should have been home with.
Yeah,
and trying to figure out who the baby daddy is.
Well, because we know
that's what she should have been spending money on.
It's not Red. So now Brittany and Kirok have plans to meet up with her dad on Father's Day. They picked a cute little restaurant. And she's been calling him, but he's not answering. So Kirok is, practicing his Spanish for the meeting with her father, which I thought was super cute. Brittany's still calling, but not getting an answer. And Brittany at that point gets emotional, and so Kirok offers to leave so she can tell her dad that he's not there. But Brittany doesn't want that. But
what do
Hold on, you went out. What'd you say?
I said when he offered to leave, because he was like, I know how it feels. Like, you
Right,
know, when your father doesn't accept you, you feel isolated. He's like, I don't want her to feel that. So he offered to leave. He was like, I can take an Uber home. It's not a big deal. Like, you know, I
right.
was like,
That was very sweet. So she feels like, no, we're not doing that. Well, we have a serious, and she wants her dad to accept him as well. Now Brittany gets a call from Kelly, which is Kirok's prison mom. Brittany starts to break down and hands over the phone to Kirok. Kelly tries to reassure her, which is the prison mom, that her dad will eventually come around, but you can't, force things on people. You can't make them accept something they're not ready to accept. Um, and so, she's like, you've done everything that you can do at this point. And so they end up leaving and, going home. And then we see Brittany helping Kirok's actual mom, Tammy, make food. And I thought it was very cute. She's like, oh, no, you're going to put something up on your head because you ain't coming up in here with that.
did you
And
notice her?
What?
Did you notice her washing the meat?
No, I didn't. I didn't pay no
She used
attention.
lime.
She what?
Use lime.
Oh, I don't think that.
I said,
I don't,
look,
I don't think there was any
I said,
vinegar or Epsom salt or
yeah, yeah. I'm sure it was in the water. You have to use all of that. I use lime. I use lemon. I use lemon. I was like, if Tree say that, she gonna say
Oh, I
it
didn't
wasn't,
know.
and it wasn't Epsom salt, Tree. It was salt.
We all got to go sometime. And look, I ain't worried if as long as whatever she was cooking sounded good, and I wanted some of that because clearly it's
Yeah, I
shown.
think she was making pork. I think she was making pork chops.
Well, she said something about collard greens, but um,
She did say some. Yeah, I
but
think
I
she said she
will
had to
say
learn how
that
to make calories.
whatever she eating, I will be happy to have a plate. It don't need to be rinsed, clean. I'll take it because whatever it is working for Brittany, and I hope it worked for me like that because them things was banging. Um,
That's okay, because she cleans
whatever. So she and so basically Tammy asked about her relationship with her parents. And when's the last time she talked to her dad? Brittany explains that there really isn't one. She lets him know that her dad stood them up for dinner. And so Tammy speaks about well, no, I'm sorry. So Tammy actually, I love this scene, but basically takes time to speak life into her. And basically just tell her how amazing she is. And Brittany shares that, she grew up as the black sheep in her family. And she opens up about, a tragic trigger warning.
traumatizing situation where she was
Right. And she was essayed.
taken
Um,
taken advantage of.
right. When they were when I guess these guys were supposed to drop her back off and never did. She ended up with a broken collarbone in a ditch. Which sounds very traumatic, and then ended up blaming it on her brother. And I was like, well, what type of sibling are you? But
You know what? When she said that, I was like, was it supposed to make it sound like y'all were like play fighting or something like that?
right.
Like, I was
So
because I would have whipped my son's ass.
right. So basically, she kind of kept that and held that inside. And I'm sure that that's part of why she probably made decisions and did things that she did because she was battling other things internally and just acting out. But she didn't share this with anybody until she, got to jail and met Kirok and felt comfortable enough and in a safe space to tell the story. So I thought that was really sad. And I was like, okay, so y'all got a lot of trauma with y'all, which is unfortunate. But I when Kirok's not being that, I think that's the thing. It's too up and down. Like,
He's giving Gemini.
yeah. It really is. It's too up and down. It seemed like he can treat her like a princess and it can be so good, but then at the same time, it's like he'll treat her too well. So it's like he needs to knock her down to make her like want that again. Like that is absolutely a psychological tactic that men use. They'll bring you up just to bring you down. So it's like you it leaves you hanging on because you want to go back up. So anytime they bring you up here, they're knock you back down just so you'll want more. It's very disgusting when you think about it psychologically. And that's why I'm not here for it. So Tammy reassures her that, she'll be there for her, and reminds her that not everyone is going to agree with everything that she does. But, she shows her some love. And again, reminds her of what a great person she is. And I was like, that's very, it's very sweet, heartwarming moment. And I'm happy that she does have Tammy and people in her life that she can speak to, because I can only imagine what Brittany would be doing, I guess, if she didn't have Kirok to like keep her. Well, she would be in Alexandria, we already know. Not that there's anything wrong with Alexandria. I love Alexandria. She lived there. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for tuning in to this review, recap of Love After the Lockup. Drop down in the comments, let us know what you are predicting is going to happen next episode. I did see the previews. It does look interesting. But yeah, if you haven't already, please make sure that you've hit that like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And you hit the notification bell.
And make sure that you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the IG. And we will catch you guys next week for another review of Love After Lockup. Have a good night. Bye-bye.